Key ratios with respect to solvency include long-term debt to equity, total debt, financial leverage, that is total assets to total equity. So whenever your debt is going up, that is seen as a sign of risk, and overall it is assumed that risk is increasing. And whenever debt as a percentage of asset or equity is going down, that is seen as a sign of decrease in risk. That is also referred to as financial leverage. So just like in liquidity analysis, we had some key ratios. Key ratios in solvency are long-term debt to equity, total debt, and financial leverage. And formulas are long-term debt divided by equity, total debt divided by total equity, total debt divided by total assets, and total assets divided by total equity. So can you calculate these ratios, please? Thank you. Okay, so long-term debt is 2 equity ratio is 2.01. Rest are just fine. So you take only the long-term liabilities and you divide it by equity in long-term debt to equity ratio. Further on, you can take further conservative or more aggressive ratios. Like instead of taking total long-term debt, you can only take long-term loan to equity, or instead of taking debt to equity, total debt ratio, you can take long-term debt to long-term loan to asset ratio and so on. But these are the common ratios that are generally used. So as okay, so again, these ratios are not enough. You need to compare the ratios with some benchmark, and then that benchmark again has to be historical trend or management's target or competitor ratios. So you need to do a historical analysis, that is take out the ratios for past 5 to 6 years, and perform competitive analysis, that is compare the ratios against competitor. So if you look into it historically long-term debt to equity ratio has been broadly consistent, no significant change. Debt to equity ratio is also broadly consistent, no significant change. Total debt ratio consistent, financial leverage almost consistent. That means there is no significant change happening from 2012 to 2017. Overall, company's debt level has increased, that is leverage has increased from 3.55 to 3.59, but again there is no significant change, that is again a small change. Then you compare it with competitors and industry average. So if I look into comparison with industry average, overall my ratios are lower compared to industry. So 2.01, 2.59, 0.72, 3.59. This means that compared to industry, I still have low leverage. And if I have low leverage, that means I have room for increasing leverage. So that means company has room for increasing leverage. And when company has room for increasing leverage, there are chances that in future company may borrow money. Even if it does not borrow money, it is in a good position. Why? Because its risk is lower, because it has lower average. Secondly, in future it has room for borrowing more money. So that means it can borrow money and invest it into new products or into expansion. That is a positive sign. Or it can borrow money and pay a dividend just to reach optimal ratio, optimal capital ratio. It may borrow money to increase debt level and then pay it off as a dividend to shareholders. That is again a positive sign. Or it can borrow money and reach out to optimal structure, and that optimal structure will help reduce its WACC, because WACC is dependent on cost of debt and cost of equity, and cost of debt is lower. So if it borrows more money, then its overall WACC can go down. So if it has low leverage, then that is a positive sign, because company is already at lower risk and it has room to take more risk to make extra return or make more money. So you will analyze historical trend in analysis. Then you will do cross-sectional analysis and compare it with competitors. And you should also compare these ratios with the management's target. So management would have certain target for capital ratio. So let's say management's target for financial leverage is 4. That means management want to increase leverage. or take more loan in order to reach that target. So until and unless management has reached that target, it will continue to take loan. And what will it do of that loan? If it does not have any investment opportunity, it will pay it off as dividend. Or if it has investment opportunity, it will invest into that opportunity. So you need to compare your ratios with management's target as well to be able to find out whether there will be more borrowing in future or there will be more reduction in future. And based on that analysis, you will find out, is there any further room for improvement or is there a risk of deterioration. If company is already very levered or highly levered, then there is a risk that company may not be able to pay obligation, or there is a risk that company may have to raise additional capital at high cost. क्योंकि जितना ज्यादा आपकी कंपनी के आपकी बुक्स पे डेट होता है, उतना ही ज्यादा आपको इंटरेस्ट रेट मिलता है when you go to borrow money. So moving on, again some graphs. So you will need to, just to analyze the trend, you can plot historical ratio graphs, and if you look into all of these, there have been variance in this, but broadly overall it has been consistent. There were times of high debt, but then company was able to pay it off and then again reduce it. So if you look into ratios, all these ratios show you times of high debt in these 2 years, but then company was able to generate enough cash flows to pay that off and reduce it again. So overall solvency position looks fine, and when we compare it to competitors or industry average, it looks stronger than industry average because all your ratios are lower compared to industry average. So all your ratios are generally lower compared to industry average, except for one, that is your financial leverage. So same task that you did for liquidity analysis will be done here as well. Only difference is that here ratios will change, here the item set will change. The items that you are looking at will be long-term focused rather than short-term focused.